Good evening. I would like to welcome our family members, supporters, and new Cougs. Thank you for joining us for the Welcome Home webinar. My name is Michael Pham, and I am the Assistant Director of New Student Programs at Washington State University Pullman. I'm going to be your host for tonight's proceedings. But first, before we get started, I'd like to introduce all of our fabulous presenters. So presenters, please, starting with Housing and Residence Life, introduce yourselves to all those folks watching.
Yeah, hello, my name is Brandon Brackett. I'm the Director of Housing and Residence Life, and I'm excited to meet many of you in just a few days.
Thank you, Brandon. And now Dining Services.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Larson, and I look forward to talking to you here this evening.
Wonderful. And now representatives from Cougar Health Services, please.
Sunday Henry. I'm the Interim Medical Director for Cougar Health Services.
And I'm Amy Chadwick, Patient Services Manager for Cougar Health Services.
Thank you so much. And our other representative from New Student Programs.
Hello, my name is Vic Rodriguez. I'm with New Student Programs, Assistant Director for Alive Orientation and Week of Welcome.
Fabulous. Tonight, all of these folks are here to provide you with the need-to-know information as you commence your journey to Pullman in the next few weeks. I cannot emphasize enough how much we are looking forward to all of our Cougs returning to campus. But before we begin, we would like to have you join us in a land acknowledgement. This is a practice for us to recognize the Native peoples who are and continue to be the original stewards of this land. Washington State University acknowledges that its locations statewide are on the homelands of Native peoples who have lived in this region from time immemorial. Currently, there are 42 tribes, 35 of which are federally recognized, that share traditional homelands and waterways in what is now Washington State. Some of these are nations and confederacies that represent multiple tribes and bands. The university expresses its deepest respect for and gratitude towards those original and current caretakers of the region. As an academic community, we acknowledge our responsibility to establish and maintain relationships with these tribes and Native peoples in support of tribal sovereignty and the inclusion of their voices in teaching, research, and programming. Washington State University established the Office of Tribal Relations and Native American Programs to guide us in our relationship with tribes and service to Native American students and communities. We also pledge that these relationships will consist of mutual trust, respect, and reciprocity. As a land-grant institution, we also recognize that the Morrill Act of 1862 established land-grant institutions by providing each state with public and federal lands, which are traced back to the disposition of indigenous lands. In 1890, Washington State received 90,081 acres of indigenous lands designated to establish Washington State University. The university retains the majority of these lands to this day. We acknowledge that the disposition of indigenous lands was often taken by coercive and violent acts and the disregard of treaties. For that, we extend our deepest apologies. We owe our deepest gratitude to the Native peoples of this region and maintain our commitment toward reconciliation. Thank you. And now we will play a video introduction from Dr. Jill Creighton, Dean of Students and Associate Vice President for Campus Life.
Good evening, Cougs, and hello to our families, loved ones, and supporters of our Cougs. I'm Dr. Jill Creighton. I use she, her, and hers pronouns, and I serve as Associate Vice President in Student Affairs and Dean of Students here at WSU. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our Welcome Home event. We know that whether you're a first-time first-year student, a sophomore coming to campus for the first time, or a transfer student, that you might have some remaining questions before you make your transition to the Palouse. For some of you, move-in is happening in just 9 days, and I can't wait to see your faces. It's been a really quiet year on our campus, and I'm looking forward to having our community back. We've gathered a group of campus experts here tonight that are going to answer those last-minute questions that you might have, with representatives coming in from Housing and Residence Life, Dining, Cougar Health Services, Campus Safety, and our Week of Welcome Planning Squad. So I'm going to turn it over now to our host for our Welcome Home evening, who will help dialogue through those campus expert conversations. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us, and go Cougs.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jill.
Good evening, Cougs, and hello.
So during this presentation, they were already introduced, but you're going to be hearing from campus experts from Housing and Residence Life, Dining Services, Cougar Health Services, as well as new student programs to discuss all things Week of Welcome. If you have questions as the presentations go along, please use the YouTube chat. Our moderators are going to be working very hard to make sure that each of your questions are answered. But now that we've discussed the agenda, let's talk about traveling to Pullman. As you prepare to move to Pullman, there are several options available to you as you travel. You can fly directly to Seattle, Spokane, and Pullman. There are bus shuttles from Seattle and Spokane to Pullman as well. But for those of you that are traveling from outside of Washington State, the drive from Seattle to Pullman is about 5 hours, so please keep that in mind. And the drive from Spokane to Pullman is about an hour and a half. The Pullman-Moscow Regional Airport is only a 10-minute drive to campus. There are various options for bus services as well. A bus is available from campus to Seattle and Spokane during weekends and holiday breaks. Additionally, there's a Greyhound bus route that travels from Pullman to Spokane. And with all of that being mentioned, now I would like to turn it over to our representative from Housing and Residence Life for their presentation.
All right. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Brandon Brackett, the Director of Housing and Residence Life. And I'm trying to get to my slides. There we go. I said it already, but I'm really excited to welcome you all into your residence halls, into Pullman, into the Cougar family in just a few days. It's an amazing experience. I think attending WSU, a very intense and awesome college experience. And we're going to do our best to try to plug you on a campus, make your social networks, meet people in the residence hall outside of the residence hall. And it's just, I'm really excited to get started and to turn this next chapter in both our lives and I think the university's life. So today I'm going to talk about move-in and then some general last minute tips, things that you want to bring, that sort of thing. For when you move to campus here in just a week and a half almost, or less than a week and a half. But I want to go over just what the move-in process is going to look like this year. So it's a little different than it has been in previous years. We're actually starting earlier, which means we're actually starting at 1 p.m. on August 13th, that Friday. And then we're going through until the first day of class. So while a majority of our students will sign up and probably move in those first 4 days, there are students that will be moving in throughout that entire week of welcome. I recommend, if you can, get here before Friday so you can go to convocation and all that, but even if you can't do that, we'll still be here and we'll still be checking people in throughout that entire time period. I want to encourage you to upload your Cougar card photo. That will be needed in the check-in process. So upload it now, then we'll have it ready and printed for you when you get there to sign up for or to check in to move in. If you signed up for housing and you've gotten your confirmation, you should also have gotten communication to sign up for a time slot. So what we've done differently this year is that we've set it up so that there's a limited number of people checking in every hour. And that's an effort to try to spread people out more safely, and also just to manage the large traffic load that hits our small town with 5,000 people trying to move in all at once. So you can still sign up for time and slots. If you go to movein.wsu.edu, there are links directly to all that. So there's still time, you can still do that. And please do, so that we can make sure that we're prepared for when you show up to sign in, or to check into your hall with your Cougar card and keys and everything that you're going to need. This year, move-in will start at Beasley Coliseum. It's on Stadium Way, and you can find, if you type it into Google or whatever, you can find it pretty fast. It's where the Cougs play basketball and a bunch of other sports, and it's actually, I believe, where convocation has now been moved back to. It's a big Coliseum, so you'll start there. We ask that just the students come in to kind of limit the traffic, but you'll arrive. You'll go through, you'll do verification to make sure that you've either registered that you're vaccinated or that you've fill out a waiver. If not, we'll give you information to do one or the other. Then you'll proceed in and actually check into your residence hall room. We'll give you a packet which includes your keys, if it's a physical key haul, and your card. which will get you in some residence halls, the outside doors or cards. Some are even like the inside doors or cards as well, depending on which hall you're living in. We'll get you everything you need. You'll get some cool swag, and then you'll move on. You'll actually go directly from there to your residence hall that you're going to move into. So you'll go back, get into your car with your helpers if they're there, go directly to your residence hall, and then you'll start unloading all your stuff rather rapidly. So many of the residence halls have very limited loading and unloading locations. So you'll get there, you'll unload your car's contents onto like a designated tarp or cart, and then you or somebody will move your car back to long-term parking, and we can provide tracking and people to look over your stuff if it's just you, that sort of thing. But that way we can try and keep the traffic flowing and keep people moving in, and keep the lines down for that kind of unloading area. And then you'll set up your room. So which is for some is the most exciting part, and some people it's a little overwhelming, but you get to make it your own, right? And so that's a pretty exciting part. Some of the parents are going to be really excited to help you out. You may not want that, so be polite, gently nudge them, but it's a fun experience to kind of set it all up and get everything looking the way you want it to look. And in order to do that, let's talk about what to bring. If you go to our housing.wsu or housing.wsu.edu website, you'll find a list with all the things that you should bring to campus, or we recommend that you bring to campus. But this is kind of the big important ones that I was thinking of when I was putting this together. Obviously, if you can bring a computer, there are rental services on campus and shared computers, but if you could bring one, that's kind of an essential component of most education efforts nowadays. Our mattresses are extra long twin, so if you get sheets get sheets or blankets, make sure that they match that length or that design. And then I recommend bringing a wardrobe, not the physical furniture, but like your wardrobe, your set of clothes that can work for you both in 105 degrees all the way down to 5 degrees. Because believe it or not, you will experience that full wonderful range in your first, if not first and a half semesters. So making sure that you have a wardrobe or a collection of clothes that can cover all those different weather types, as well as shoes. I showed up my first day in big boots and I was in the marching band, and it was horrible. Learn from my mistakes. Bring any entertainment, things that will keep you kind of focused or not focused, but relaxed. Surge protectors to plug in your various electronic devices. Everybody has about 17 things that all connect to the internet nowadays. So having surge protectors to plug everything in safely is a great thing to bring ahead of time. Shower caddies, so that you can carry your toiletries and such to the shower or bathroom and back, is a great idea. Water filter, we have pretty hard water here in Pullman. I actually like it, but some people don't. Like it's more like what you've been raised with or used to. And so bringing some kind of water filter if you're a big water drinker, I think is a great idea. We do allow mini fridges in the residence hall rooms. You can rent a mini fridge from us when you get here, but to be honest, our mini fridges are really old and you can buy one for cheaper than it's to rent. So I recommend buying one. And then obviously don't forget your phone charger, kind of essential. And we've had people do that, but we also have stores like Walmart and such where you can buy one. Bring fans with you. Believe it or not, within about 2 hours into move-in, Walmart will sell out of fans in Pullman regional area. And so I recommend you buy one ahead of time that you want to put in your window or in your room and bring it with you, because invariably we will just sell out of our stock in the Pullman Palouse area. And then finally, if the car, whether it's a 4x4 or not, if you want to bring a car, it's a personal choice. I think you can easily get around without one, but really it is your choice. So what even more importantly, let's talk about what not to bring. Take it from somebody who loves music and did this. Don't bring huge speakers. So a lot of our buildings, the mute vibrations easily travel down studs. And so when you put speakers on the floor against the wall, it actually travels multiple floors. And if you want people to like you and not be upset, at all hours of the night, I recommend bringing computer speakers for your residence hall room. It fills up the room just fine. Then you can avoid any noise violations that may come with said big speakers and unhappy colleagues or residents in the building. So that's what I would recommend. Guns and weapons, the police no longer store weapons. That used to be a rule, but that changed in the last 2 years. And we don't allow weapons in the residence halls. Non-approved pets. We do allow for ESAs. We have to work through the Access Center to get approval for that. And then we do allow anything that can live underwater that's not illegal, so fish. And maybe some of those fiddler crabs that are pretty awesome, just throwing that out there. But we do have a tank limit of 30 gallons or less as well. Candles, we don't allow anything with open flame in the residence halls because we like our residence halls to not burn down. Throwing that out there. But yeah, you don't have to bring those. Same with hot plates and toasters and anything with an open heating element, we don't really allow as well. And keep in mind, you can find a more comprehensive list of what not to bring also on our housing.wsu.edu website as well. And finally, mentioned car, but don't bring too much. If you need a full-size U-Haul, you probably have too much stuff for your residence hall room. I also recommend if you have a roommate, talking with them ahead of time and figuring out who's bringing the big ticket items, the things that take up the most space, like TVs or mini fridges and such, because no parent likes to carry or take home half the stuff that they help move across the mountains, right? So try to work out ahead of time who's bringing what and what you can share, because there is limited space, and you want to be comfortable as well as home. So finally, I wanted to highlight what safety in the residence hall system. There's been a lot of talk about safety in residence halls, I think, nationwide. And I just want to point out that all our residence halls are locked all the time. And we also have staff that are living in the building and doing rounds every single night and all the time as well. So we have resident advisors, which if you're looking for a job come January for the following year, we will be hiring for. They're there to put on programs and events, but they also do nightly rounds. We have an established on-call tree or system. RAs, RADs, C-staff, dean of students, people are always on call at all of these levels at all times for emergencies or even just for support. All halls are compliant with federal and state regulations, and then 24/7 resources are always also available through WSU Police, as well as after-hours maintenance for emergencies and such. But those are the big things I want to highlight as you come to campus. I hope you're aware of, but also comforted a little by in terms of what safety features or services we offer to students. Finally, I think this is my last slide. What to do next? If you haven't signed up for a time slot, move-in time slot, I want to emphasize again, do it right away. And there's still slots available throughout the week of welcome. Upload your Cougar card again. You'll need your Cougar card in order to check in. If you don't upload it, we have other contingency plans, but it's a lot easier with a lot fewer extra steps for you if you can upload your photo. Upload vaccine verifications to Cougar Health. And then all the links for this stuff is also found in movein.wsu.edu. Again, contact your roommate ahead of time. Try to work out who's bringing what things and what items. Maybe you can work out a decorating motif. I don't know, but have fun with it. But also, it's really good that you're talking to each other, not for the first time, I think, on day one. Take your time driving here. I think they already talked about transportation stuff already, but I think Washington 26 gets a long line of hundreds of cars, and believe it or not, if you try to pass them, there's still more hundreds of cars ahead of you. So take your time, be careful, and be safe. And then I just want to say, make sure that when you come to WSU, try and push yourselves outside of your comfort zone from day one. The biggest impact on your college experience here will be how much you push yourself outside of your comfort zone, how much you get involved, how much leadership opportunities that you take on, and how big you build your social network. You get to reset, you get to restart from high school, which is a great experience, was for me. I mean, I know it looks like, Brandon, you were pretty cool in high school, but believe it or not, I wasn't. I know, hard to believe. You get to learn about who you really are, as well as others, and start to learn how to be a leader, an authentic leader. You get to have fun, make sure that you get to know your professors. Meeting them outside of class, believe it or not, makes it so that you're no longer a number, and they love it. Most of them, it might seem intimidating to go there, but they're very friendly and great staff. And also, you should probably go to class, just as a plug. But those are my big pros, tips, and stuff. Oops, went 1-2 slide. I just want to say, I genuinely, authentically welcome to the Cougar family, and we are excited to see you in just a few days.
Thank you, Brandon. And yes, welcome to the Cougar family. We are looking so forward to having everybody back on campus. But next, I'd love to have dining services have the floor for your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Brandon. Again, my name is Sarah, and I'm excited to talk to you about dining services. So let's move forward a couple of slides here for me. And next, we've got, again, thank you. I'll start with some resident meal plans. We've got 3 different levels with those plans. And I just want to say, don't worry too much about which level you're going to start at, because you can change that level up until the 8th week of classes. Next slide for me. There's a lot of flexibility with our resident meal plans. These plans will start for you on August 13th, and you can change up until the 8th week. Your dollars can be moved over from semester to semester. So just a couple of quick things. There's a prepaid debit card. All those dollars will be loaded and active right away. And students control their own spending. We have a lot of flexibility within our plans. They can spend those dollars in our dining centers, and they can spend them in a number of other places as well. So just a quick reminder, with that flexibility comes some responsibility for all of you. Next slide for me. So again, our plans will be open and active starting on the 13th. So don't worry about that when you arrive. Next slide, please. And I want to talk a little bit about that responsibility piece that comes with those plans. Think about the discounts that we offer with those plans, and be mindful that we have the largest discount in our dining centers. And that discount is 40%. We also have many other options that are open. We've got the Southside Cafe, which is one of the dining centers, but we also have a market on that side of campus. And then on the north side of campus, we have another market as well, and that's attached to the Global Scholars Market. We've got several coffee shops around campus, as well as some other small restaurants. So we have a lot of options for our students. And when we'll be open, we'll be ramping all of that up throughout the week of welcome. So check out our website for the hours that we have open. And again, next slide. I've said it a number of times, but one of the things I want you all to remember is that discount piece. And that will help you all manage the dollars that you have to spend in a way that you can make sure that those dollars last for the entire semester. So next, I want to talk a little bit about just safety and assure you that as we've moved through the COVID world, and next slide, please, we've updated, of course, every restaurant throughout the country has been through a number of different changes throughout these last 15 months. That is not any different for us. We are nimble and we are prepared for you all. We have a lot of increased cleaning protocols. As we move into this semester, we have a lot more flexibility than perhaps we had over the last year, but we are flexible and we are continually guided and adhere to all of the recommendations that come to us from both local and state authorities. So rest assured, you're in good hands from that perspective. And I want to just do one other reminder here as we move forward. Next slide, please. For those of you that have any kind of nutritional or dietary needs, We have a large variety of options throughout all of our dining locations. And in our dining centers, we are focused on having and meeting everybody's needs. So we have an allergen-friendly zone, and that station is called Natural. We customize meals. We have allergen labeling throughout our system. So that comes through our signage as you come through our dining centers, and is also available online on our website and through a specialty website called Net Nutrition. And then we also have a registered dietitian, and she's available for consult and has likely reached out to a few or set up times with a few of you already. So it's a great resource. Please take advantage of that if this is something that's a need for you. We're here to help. All right, next slide for me. The other thing I would encourage all of you is, know that we're here to serve you or to serve all of the students, and that is our primary goal. You're in good hands with Brandon on the housing side of things, and it's incredibly important that you understand that we're here for you, and we have a high standard of excellence when it comes to food. So if you're not satisfied, or if you have any concerns, or if you need to talk to somebody about a special need, please reach out. We have contact information on our website. You can see who's working and from which location. We have email, and you will get to know the staff in your dining locations that you frequent most often. So please reach out. I can't emphasize that enough because we are 100% dedicated to meeting all of your needs. And next slide. Just a couple of reminders to do before you arrive. And this is a shout out to and help for our folks at the Cougar Card Center. But Brandon mentioned this. Please upload a photo. It will make your entry here to campus much easier, and it will help us out to get ready for you. And the other thing from the dining perspective, download that Get app. That is something you heard about through the Alive session, and this will help you as you come through. You can order remotely from some of our locations, but you can view balances. And really, most importantly, you can have touchless payment as you come through our dining locations. And the next slide, I just want to do a shout out. We still have some hiring that we're doing. And if you've reached out and talked to any of our hiring managers, please arrive with your appropriate IDs for I-9. And for those of you that might be interested, you can check out our website and put in an application. We'd love to talk to you. And finally, I just want to close by saying we really look forward to serving you. We're excited to see you on campus and really excited to be getting back to that in-person experience. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And next, I'd love to transition us to Cougar Health Services for their presentation. Thank you so much.
Just as a quick reminder, I'm Dr. Henry, and I'm here with Amy for our quick little talk at Cougar Health. And just want to let you know that, first of all, we're really excited to have you all back on campus. It was a really long year without you and without your colleagues. And second of all, I really feel like I have got showed up here with the background phase here. I need to work on that for future. Amy gives this talk all the time, so I'm gonna let her kick it off.
All right, thank you, Dr. Henry. It's been exciting here the past few months. We're starting to see more and more students on campus, and we've been here throughout the pandemic, so we're really excited to have some company on campus again. All right, we are Cougar Health Services. Wait, I'm going too fast. We're Cougar Health Services. We are student-centered integrated health services. What does that mean? It means that all of our health services are housed in one building, and that includes counseling and psychological services, as well as our medical clinic, pharmacy, and our vision clinic. It allows us to work really closely together so that we can treat the mental health and physical health of our students. Dr. Henry, did you want to jump in there?
I do. I love that we have all of us in the same building. It makes it really easy for me to walk out to the pharmacy and ask a question if need be, or talk with our optometrist. And we also collaborate amongst ourselves in the medical provider area, and even work with the counseling center upstairs. And so we are able to truly provide you with really good continuity of care. It's also really convenient for you or your students to be able to walk out of the building with whatever prescription you might need after your appointment.
Thank you. You will see there is our website, cougarhealth.wsu.edu. I'm going to reference that a lot during this presentation, and everything you hear today is on our website. It's a really good resource for you. We are located in the Washington building, so it's really convenient for the students as well. Confidentiality, we take this really seriously at Cougar Health Services. We are bound by HIPAA. And students, this means we can't discuss your treatment without your written permission. This means we're not talking to professors, we're not talking to your roommate, we're not talking to your parents without your written permission. And families, we are available as a resource, but without that written permission, we can't discuss anything other than in a general way. If a student is seeing both places, both medical clinic and CAPS, there will be 2 separate releases. And important to note is you may sign a FERPA release with the university so that you can get their financial information or help pay tuition and navigate that. That release does not work at Cougar Health Services. There will need to be a separate release. And that can be accessed through our website or by calling the clinic.
Not only is this important that we follow HIPAA and FERPA, but it's also important for us to follow this because we are part of our mission is to teach your students or teach you students how to use the medical system and how to communicate with us and how to use things. And so we really feel it's important that we develop that relationship with you and also appropriately communicate with your parents along with you or with your permission. So it's not that we won't talk to parents, it's that we're going to call your student first and make sure that we have their written permission to do so.
Thank you. All right, so the COVID-19 safety practices for the medical clinic, pharmacy, lab, and vision clinic, we're all located on the first floor of the Washington building, and masks are required for employees and students. This is different than what's going on in other buildings on campus, but we are requiring that for all employees and students. We're going to have a screener at our front door. There is going to be an option to be seen via telehealth. And we also have a respiratory care center for our sick patients, and it's located at Bustad Hall, which is a separate location from us. And that's just to keep the staff and the patients safe. And our COVID testing will be out of that location as well.
So just like the other, the various services that are speaking to you all tonight, we will very carefully be following the COVID protocols of our state and local public, our health department to keep you safe and to keep us safe. And then, you know, as things change, we will definitely change what we're doing to follow the most up-to-date guidance.
All right. Our pharmacy is conveniently located on the first floor of the medical clinic, just right when you walk in the door, right off of reception. And you can transfer prescriptions. So if a student has a prescription at home, they want to be able to pick it up on campus, you should contact the pharmacy, and then our pharmacy reaches out to your pharmacy. Seems like a roundabout way to do things, but that's the way they do it in the pharmacy world. Once they are established, they can start requesting their refills online. We will bill your insurance, and they also have some non-prescription products there. So if they need some ibuprofen, cough medicine, they don't have to make it over to Walmart. They can just walk into the pharmacy and pick that up there. And if you have a separate pharmacy card, insurance card that is not part of your medical plan, it's important for your student to have both cards, both the medical insurance card and the pharmacy card.
I can't tell you how terrific our pharmacy team is. And one of the favorite things that they like to do is educate folks picking up their prescription about that medication and answer your questions. And buzzing around the clinic, I hear them do this every day, and they do a really, really great job. You as students are in really good hands.
We have a vision clinic, and this is unique. Not every university has a vision clinic at their health center. We have an optometrist that staffs the vision clinic, as well as an optician and some other staff. They will do comprehensive eye exams, contact lens fittings. They do frame adjustments and repairs, even if you didn't get your glasses with them. So if you break your glasses and you need some help, you can come on over and they can help you out with that. They're doing treatment for eye conditions, eye injuries, and then they also have a really cool selection of glasses and sunglasses. And this is really geared towards college students. I don't think I can tell you how cool their selection is. You should stop in sometime and check it out.
The Vision Clinic is located, their entrance is located just outside the main entrance, down and to the right. And the pharmacy is kind of tucked inside the medical clinic. So just be aware, you might have to come on in and ask for assistance to find those places, but we're all tucked in here together in the Washington building.
All right, our medical services. So we are staffed with board certified providers. We typically are staffing 12 to 14 providers. And during non-pandemic times, we see about 250 patients a day. So we are going to operate much like your clinic at home. We have same-day appointments. We hold on to appointments every day, between 45 and 50 appointments we hold on to that you can't book ahead of time. You can only book it that morning. So that means student is sick, they can call for that. You must call, there's no web booking for these. Then we have scheduled appointments. Scheduled appointments are more for physicals, maybe a wart burned off, mole check, birth control consult. These we typically can get you in 3 to 7 days, just depends on time of the year. Sometimes gets pushed out a little farther than that, but I don't know about you, but I've been in Pullman all my life and I cannot get a physical in less than 3 months. So 1 week, we think we're doing pretty good. We mentioned we're doing telehealth appointments. We work closely with the providers in deciding whether a visit can be telehealth or if the provider wants to see the patient in person. We have lab and x-ray in the building. Lab and x-ray are owned by outside providers and not Cougar Health Services. So there may be a bill from an outside entity. We do allergy injections. So if you're receiving that serum at home, you can just have it transferred to us and we can continue on. Travel medicine for study abroad, maybe some internships out of the country, or maybe just fun families who get to travel over Thanksgiving or Christmas and you want to know what sort of immunizations you need for where you're headed. We have a few doctors who also have a fellowship in sports medicine, so they help treat some of our injuries, knee injuries, back pain. We also have a registered dietitian who does nutrition counseling, gynecological sexual health services. This includes all forms of birth control, including IUD and Nexplanon, as well as a big basket of condoms in our waiting room. And we also have services for transgender patients. This is done in a respectful environment, and it includes hormone replacement therapy.
As you can see, our goal is to tailor our medical service to meet the age group of the college students' needs. And so we will continue to adapt and change our services as the world changes and as the pandemic changes to meet the need.
All right, immunizations. This is the hot topic. We have required the MMR for quite some time. New this year is the COVID-19. We have been receiving a lot of vaccine cards as well as exemptions. We just need one or the other turned in. We prefer the vaccine, but everybody has their right to choose. And I will show you on the patient portal how you can turn that in, but it is important to turn it in one way or another, either the vaccine card or the exemption. Then we also encourage that next list there. The one in the middle there, that influenza, the flu shot, we make that really easy during the fall for everybody to get a flu shot. We have flu shot Fridays at a couple different locations. You can sign up. All of these on this list, they should be covered by your insurance at 100%. We have a few insurances we have found that won't. If your insurance doesn't, we will work with you on the cost. We don't ever want cost to be a barrier to care. And that's for any of our services. And I'll let Dr. Henry jump in here about vaccines.
I think that it's really important to consider the COVID vaccine. Also want to reiterate that everyone has the choice to do that or not, but we are here to provide the vaccine if you'd like it. We have 2 mass vaccination clinics that we will be holding as everyone comes into town on Thursday and Friday, August 19th and 20th. So look for those to be up on our website so folks can sign up for those. There are also lots of opportunities in our community at the pharmacies and other medical clinics to get vaccinations for, if you are looking for other places to get those. And also, if you have questions and just want to know more about the vaccine, you can also come in for an appointment and we can talk to you and hopefully answer all of your questions.
All right, after hours care. Sometimes we are closed. When we are closed, nights, weekends, holidays, we do have a 24-hour telephone nurse. This is our main phone number. And students can call this number. It will take them to that telephone nurse. That nurse will let them know. We'll talk to them. We'll let them know, hey, I think this sounds serious enough. You should probably go to the ER or find an urgent care. Or they may give them some home remedies and ask them to wait until Cougar Health is open. But this is really to help keep students, to keep the cost down for students and limit the unnecessary ER trips.
Amy, I think you covered it.
All right.
Try to
Great.
give you some options for when we're closed so you can get some questions answered.
All right. And of course, we always do suggest 911 for emergencies. All right, we bill all insurance plans. We do ask that you upload a picture of your insurance card to your patient portal. And any amount not covered by insurance is charged to the student account. You won't receive a bill in the mail from us. It will just be on my WSU. And I have a fantastic billing and insurance office, and they can help you with any questions regarding your insurance plan. Here is our website. Again, this website, we have a fantastic marketing and communication department that keeps it updated for us. Right now, it's full of COVID information. Throughout the year, you will find things that are going on campus. There may be links regarding the wildfire smoke. It could be flu. It could be Mental Health Awareness Month. This website will always have links there. On the left-hand side, I've lost my little arrow, but where it says Patient Portal, that's where you want to go. Click on that, and that's where you can go in and upload your vaccine card, your insurance card. You can fill out your consent if you have filed for an exemption. There will be if you filed for an exemption, there should be a consent in your patient portal as well. You can also schedule and cancel appointments here. It's important to cancel an appointment if you make one and aren't going to make it, because there is a $25 no-show fee. And you can communicate with providers as well once you are established with a provider.
I can't stress how much I send people to this website for information, but also to sign on to the portal. The portal is a great way to request refills with the pharmacy, to touch in with a provider, to ask a question, and do all the things that Amy just spoke about, uploading various things. We've even started having, various folks will send us a picture or something like that. It's pretty amazing what all this technology allows us to do. But the patient portal is definitely something that I couldn't stress enough that you guys could check out early, figure out how that functions, because it really is a great way that you can access our clinic. You could, like, for example, request medication refill, at 12 p.m. Or 24 hours a day. instead of having to wait and till they're open 9 to 5 sort of thing.
All right, medical clinic is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Saturdays, we're open 9 to 1. This is just for acute illness or injury. Talked about that 24-hour telephone nurse. Pharmacy and vision is only open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Really important to note here is pharmacy is closed on Saturdays. We have a lot of students who try to stop in and pick up their prescription on Saturday, and they aren't able to. So get that prescription picked up Monday through Friday.
For those who are seen on Saturday, sorry, Amy, I waited forever to jump in there.
All right.
For those who are seen on a Saturday and you need a prescription, we will send you to one of the local pharmacies who are open on a Saturday. So we do have access to that. It's just not quite as convenient as a weekday.
All right, and here is that checklist for new Cougs. Check out that cougarhealth.wsu.edu. Check out that patient portal, all kinds of information. If not vaccinated, please consider the vaccination. Again, August 19th and 20th will be our mass vaccination clinics. Upload your immunization information, vaccine card or exemption. Transfer your prescriptions or have a plan in place to receive your prescriptions from home. Dr. Henry will talk a little bit about that. And then upload a copy of your insurance card, the front and back.
From a standpoint of the prescriptions, just kind of work with your provider. Some people have them mailed. Some people decide to have us prescribe them. Just be thinking about that. Make sure maybe you come with some extra so that you have some transition time.
Great. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing everybody in a few weeks.
Thank you so much to Cougar Health Services for your fantastic presentation. Super, super helpful. Next, I would like to transition us to tips for staying safe. The safety of all of our Cougs is paramount. There are 10 important tips all Cougs should know to keep themselves and our community safe on the next slide. First and foremost, most crime is committed as a result of opportunity, so the best prevention is to eliminate those opportunities. Please keep your residence doors, including dorm rooms, locked at all times. Limit or restrict access to your living area as well. Please be sure to lock up your wallets, purses, jewelry, cameras, and other valuables, just in case. And please report suspicious persons or activities when you see them. Please also be mindful of reporting safety hazards, unsafe lighting, and defective equipment. Please be mindful to avoid walking alone at night. Walk with a friend. Let other people know where you're going. Please plan your walks by choosing a safe, well-lit, and populated route. And be aware of your surroundings. Know where you are and where you're going. Know what to expect. And please, 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 as was mentioned earlier, get to know your roommates and your neighbors. Encourage checking in on each other often. And on the next slide, we'll be presenting some information from the Washington State University Police Department. Please take a moment, write this information down, screenshot it, do what you have to do, and save it. It's always super, super important to be prepared. And as always, in the event of any emergency, dial 911. Now, I'd love to transition over to Victor Rodriguez, who's going to be sharing some information about Week of Welcome, a staple tradition at Washington State University Pullman. Vic, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Some of you may remember me, students. You have to remember because I was all over live orientation. Parents, if you remember me, that was because you were like this right there looking at things while students were in orientation. I saw you in the corners, right? So thank you for the love. I see that some of you remember me. So thank you. Let's talk Week of Welcome though. Let me go ahead and get to my presentation here. I think I requested access remote control and let me look at this. So Week of Welcome is August 14th through the 22nd. So as everybody has been saying, we are very, very, very excited for you, for your students to be on campus, and for you also as family and supporters to be on campus as well. I do want to mention right off the bat, and we're going to drop some links here. Events will be at our Week of Welcome website, and they'll drop that link here, wow.wsu.edu, and also on Coug Presence. The complete schedule will be on Coug Presence. Once again, they will drop those on there, okay? So I do want to highlight our anchor programs, and that is what you're seeing right there in your screen. Okay, we have these anchor programs, and we're calling them anchor programs because we really want students to participate in these traditional programs that, here at WSU Pullman. So please, if you're a family member, supporter, please encourage your parent or your students to participate in these and make connections, have fun, learn, okay, and all of these, starting with the Student Resource Fair and going all the way down to the new Coug barbecue, okay? All the details are on our website. So thank you so much for participating. And parents, family members, supporters, you know, we have some things for you. So AD Michael, our Michael Falm right here is going to explain that here after me, all right? So remember, for the 14th to the 22nd for students. Next slide, please. I don't know if I can advance it. No, there we go. All right, so let me show you a little bit about our Week of Welcome website. Please take a look at the website. There is some information there there's a general information in the home tab, but again, you are able to see some of the mandatory program students. If you're looking to be like, what is really mandatory? What do I really have to do? Boom, check it all there. But we hope that you attend everything that we have for you in terms of the anchor program and all the rest of the programs that we have for you. And I'll talk about those here in a little bit. For families, we have a tab for you too, for sponsors and, you know, for faculty and staff. If you're a faculty or staff member also looking at this webinar or this presentation, please, there's information for everyone, okay? Next slide, please. Thank you so much. So the complete schedule lives on our Presence calendar of events, okay? Presence is a portal for student activities, student involvement, and again, we'll drop the link there, and it's also on our website. So in the home page, you will see a complete list of events. Click here and it'll take you to something like this. You can see them in a calendar view, in a list view, and a icon view. But we have, again, you saw about 5 or 6 anchor programs, but we have about 80 other different programs that students can participate in. So if a student is telling you on Tuesday, welcome week, mom, dad, you know what, it's boring here. It's because they haven't seen these, okay? Or because they're not connecting. We have so many different events from athletic events, for adventure events, to even fitness events and general fun events. And of course, there's some educational events as well, right? There's a ton of things for them to do. So please encourage your students, and if you're a student, I know you're gonna go, your students to participate. Week of Welcome, yes, Week of Welcome presented by BECU. All right, next slide, thank you. Maybe I can do it, there we go. All right, so again, if you have any questions, before I turn it over, if you have any questions, please email our Week of Welcome email. It's wsu.wow@wsu.edu, okay? And all that information is in our website. So I'd like to turn it over to AD Michael, and he'll explain the relaxation stations and family farewell.
Thank you so much, Victor. As you can tell out there, we are super duper excited to have you all coming to campus in the next few weeks. So with that, we have so many things going on for our new Cougs and returning Cougs, but for our families and supporters, there are 2 opportunities for each of you to engage and build community with us. First is the relaxation station, taking place from August 13th through 15th. This is an opportunity to take a break from movement. Stop lifting all those heavy boxes and all those things. Take a break, enjoy some refreshments with us. Secondly is the family farewell presentations. These are also going to be taking place August 13th through 15th. There will be multiple presentations. You can choose one. You can choose to come again if you'd like, but it will be covering the same information that allows you to learn how to stay connected and continue your involvement with Washington State University and transition from your Cougs primary supporter to their champion and advocate. So those are, again, August 13th through 15th, the relaxation station and the family farewell presentations. So please bear those in mind. But with that, I would love to close this out for the evening. Thank you all, first and foremost, to our presenters for all that wonderful information this evening. Thank you to all of our moderators that are working very hard in the background to answer those burning questions. And of course, thank you all for tuning in tonight. To our new and returning students that are watching, you're going to be a part of a community of over 40,000 Cougs. If you're coming for the first time, we welcome you. If you're returning, we welcome you back. And we're looking forward to seeing you all on campus. To our families and supporters out there, your Coug is embarking on a spectacular rite of passage as they begin or they continue their college experience at Washington State University, Pullman. We are here to support you, and we are here to support your Coug. This concludes the Welcome Home webinar. Have a great evening, and go Cougs.